good evening. It's your girl ChucTayyy, and I am here with your RETV Sports Break. You can catch me here every Thursday, talking junk, spitting facts. Let's get started. So we have some NFL news this week, folks. Couple coaches, assistant coaches, players as well, have decided, no vax for me. I'm just going to run rampant in these streets and just, see what happens. The problem with that, though, is, one, the NFL has decided that any non-vaccinated player who does not follow COVID protocols, wearing your mask, social distancing, such things like that, is going to be fined over $14,000. It's like a really obscure number, like 14,560 or something like that, every time they break said protocol. Okay, sure. Do they need to be fined? Yeah. Or does something need to happen? Yes. Of course, they're not going to say, you can't play if you're not vaccinated. But also, like, what are you going to do at game time when they're not vaccinated? And, okay, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm just glad that Roger Goodell is doing something that makes sense at all. A little bit of sense, that is. But not only are we instituting fines, a head coach and an assistant coach at this moment have both either resigned or were fired because they're refusing to be vaccinated. Now, is it your right? Sure. Do I think you should lose your job over it? Not really, but also, it's like, I saw this TikTok today that said it was basically a preschool teacher dumbing down the explanation of things that are happening with COVID. And basically what he said was, y'all didn't want to wear these masks. Y'all were all up in arms about wearing the masks and having a social distance and not being with your family and, I don't want to have to do all this when I go in the grocery store and whoop de whoop whoop, right? And then they say, okay, we're going to spend millions, billions of dollars to get this vaccine up and running so that you don't necessarily have to wear your mask everywhere now, right? And you're not immune to COVID when you get the vaccine, but it's a little less likely that you will get it. It's definitely less likely that you will spread it, and so on and so forth. Much like the flu shot that y'all don't have no problem getting every freaking October. But I digress. So they get the vaccine, and now y'all don't want to take the vaccine. And we're about to have to start wearing our mask again. Not even we're about to start. We are wearing our mask again. And let me tell you something. Let me tell something to you. If my kids are home again from August until June, whatever time school let out, and I have to hear 50 first graders come off of mute on a Zoom call at the same time, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. Just know that. Just know that right now that we're going to have some issues. But anyway, back to the sports thing. I don't know how I feel about the you might lose your job thing. But if we're instituting some sort of punishment, if you will, for players that are not vaccinated, then there has to be something for coaches. And again, for clarity, the punishment, if you will, is not if you don't get vaccinated. It's if you don't get vaccinated and you go against the protocols, not wearing your mask, not social distancing, not acting like boo-boo the fool out in public and carrying on and such things. That is what the fine is for. How do you implement that for coaches who literally have to interact with like everybody? Kind of hard to say, but there has to be something, right? There has to be some sort of protocol that the coaches also have to follow outside of just like flat out wearing your mask if you're not going to be vaccinated. So again, developing story, we're going to blink and it's going to be football season. I genuinely have no idea where the first half of the year went. Anything before like January, February, I got nothing. I don't remember it, like not even a little bit. So again, developing stories. We're going to see what players are going to do as we get closer to the season. If more coaches are going to start walking out or being fired or what have you behind this whole vaccination thing. But the moral of the story, people, wear your mask or get vaccinated or shut up and stay home. Moving right along. 'Tis Olympic time, guys. And at this very moment, the U.S. is leading in the overall medal count with 31 medals. at present. However, Japan is leading in the gold medal count with 13 medals. China has 12, and then the U.S. has 11 at this present moment. Couple good highlights for Team USA across the board. The Team USA women's 3-on-3 team won their first gold medal. Shout out to them. Basketball, that is. The men's USA basketball team seem to have gotten themselves together. They destroyed Iran by 54 points, which good for them because they lost the opener. And Devin Booker went on record saying, hey, I think what the problem is that where everybody's worried about stepping on everybody else's toes. And if you just get out there and play, then we won't have these problems. So again, we're going to kind of see what happens there because I hate to say I don't feel like they're going to win the gold, but I don't feel like they're going to win the gold. So we will see what happens. And if they can keep playing like they played against Iran, they might make something shake. We shall see. It's been great stuff in swimming happening. There's been, I saw some amazing synchronized diving. I forget about that sometimes. Couldn't be me worried about hitting my head off the diving board. Maybe too close to that thing. Jesus. Not me. But the biggest story out of the Olympics at present, the GOAT, Simone Biles, has decided to withdraw from competition at this point. Now, I have a few things to say about this. First and foremost, here's the timeline of events. So Simone Biles has her vault routine, and she loses her balance, missteps, however you want to categorize it, which at the end she walks off, and she goes in the back with to seek medical attention. Now, of course, they're saying there's a possibility that she is injured. That's a scary thing for anybody, let alone an Olympian, right? So she goes in the back to check to see, what happened there. And then while she's back there at some point, she comes out and says, I'm good. I'm just going to take a step back. Mental health. Okay. And I think it's just best that I withdraw from team competition and so on and so forth. And there's another girl that is going to come in, another gymnast that's going to come in and take her spot. Now the girl's selfish. What? So let me get this straight. Let me just help me understand something. So she does all these, what do they call it? Twisties, all these twisties. They're saying, oh, well, that was really great, but it's just not fair. So we're not going to give you all the points that we can possibly give you because it's just not fair. So you're not giving her all of her points for her going out of her freaking way to do something amazing. Not going to give her all the points. She almost hurts herself, unintentionally, obviously, but almost hurts herself. And then decides, you know what? I think this is, we're going to put a pin in this because I feel like I stumbled, tumbled, whatever, because I have all this weight on my shoulders, and I'm carrying all this weight, and there's a lot. I have anxiety and stress, and there's just a lot of things going on when you're an Olympic athlete. There's so many things that you have to do and say, and ways you need to be, and I just feel like all of that weighing on me is going to affect my performance. So I'm just going to back out, and I'm not going to disrupt the momentum and all of the great things that these other girls have worked so hard for by messing them up. So I'm just not going to do it. Now y'all saying she's selfish. She's selfish because stupid Piers Morgan. Let me tell you something. I don't know why people keep talking to Piers Morgan. Why does he still have a job? Why does he still have a platform? He is an idiot. So Piers Morgan goes on record saying that she's selfish. It's not just about you. You are Team USA. You are representing this country. So what would have happened, Piers, if she would have went out there and hurt herself and then potentially lost points because she is not performing at her absolute best? Going to the Olympics means that you have exceeded the best of the best of the best, sir. So if she is not performing at her best and she knows that she cannot deliver in the way that may win her team the gold, why would you want her to keep going? So then if she would have kept going and then she would have stumbled, tumbled, or fell, and then now the U.S. has the bronze, then you would have been saying she's selfish because she knew that she couldn't perform at the magnitude in which we are accustomed to her performing, and it has now affected the way that this country operates because that affects you in some way, shape, or form. I don't think so. That girl don't owe you nothing. Not a thing. Nothing. Nothing. She doesn't owe anybody any explanation for any reason, and y'all should be so lucky that she decided to let all of us know, hey, this is why I'm taking a step back. This is a lot. First of all, she sat in COVID quarantine just like everybody else. Like, she was confined to her space. I'm sure she didn't see her family as often as she would have liked. She didn't get to go out. That girl is 24. 24. You know what I was doing at 24? I don't know what I was doing at 24 either. But I know it wasn't training for the Olympics. I was out probably doing hood rat things with my friends. Okay, that's probably what I was doing. However, she has gone through probably more than, not probably, absolutely more than the average bear. Okay, she's the GOAT, first and foremost. And to maintain such a status where you literally have bedazzled goats on your leotard, you have to train, you have to give things up, you have to be the best always. Always. Not only that, let's not forget that she has come out as a sexual assault victim. She has trained look at Jordan. She took Jordan under her wing. Hey, you finish school, you come down here, you train with me. And now Jordan is over there in Tokyo with her. She has taken other gymnasts under her wing. She has opened a gym. She has trained and she has made her way to the Olympics yet again. And it's like, I'm riled up, right? This is ridiculous. I keep going back to, so one of my favorite movies is The Mighty Ducks 2. And there's a scene when the first time Team USA plays Iceland and Coach Bombay got his little slick back and his friend comes in and says, it looks like you just got out of the shower. Slick back, he's yelling at them. They call him Captain Blood. And then the little teacher lady comes and she goes, hockey was supposed to be fun. He's like, who said that? She's like, you. Okay, so here's my point, right? Sports, whilst competitive, are supposed to be fun. That girl's not having fun. You cannot compete in the way that you want when you are not having fun. Just like, do you do your job correctly when you are stressed? Probably not. You don't. I know you don't. Do you perform well at home when you are stressed? No. Do you perform well with your spouse when you are stressed? No. So, if everybody was around here being stressed and performing well, they wouldn't have things like Prozac. So here's my point. Leave that little girl alone, okay? She doesn't owe us anything. She owes us nothing, but has given us so many things. And for y'all to just, y'all, in a general sense, to continue to beat her down, she has worked her little 4-8 tail off, concocting and executing perfectly things that are literally beyond people's visual recognition. We don't understand how she is able to twist and contort her body in such a way, but instead of praising it, we're going to penalize her. We are not going to give her all of her points. And we are going to bring her down to other people's level because it's not fair that they cannot be as great as she is. But I have a question. Did anybody say we're going to add some points to Usain Bolt's time because he is the fastest man in the world and nobody can compete with him? No, we did not say that. And he is still praised to this very day, not even running anymore. And it's just okay. But let a woman, a black woman, come out and just be doing things that are beyond the recognition of regular people and penalize. And you think that's going to keep her mind sharp, and that's going to say to her, I'm just going to keep doing this even though y'all keep downing me. I just had very explicative things I was getting ready to say right there. But she kept going. And now that she is completely drained of every ability to perform in the way that y'all are penalizing her for anyway, now it's a problem. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't understand. I'm never going to understand. Simone Biles, if nobody stands with you, which I know people do, but if nobody else stands with you, I stand with you. Because you don't owe us nothing. You don't owe us anything. And y'all better just be happy with whatever medal that the Team USA Gymnastics Women's bring you. And you better shut up about it. Now, I actually don't have anything good to end this week with. So what I am going to say is that I literally have nothing, guys. I really wanted to, but I'm super riled up about this Simone Biles thing. So, you know what I will end with, for you football fans, for you Green Bay fans specifically, Aaron Rodgers apparently is coming back. Kudos for you. Y'all better not piss that man off, because he'll leave. But that's good news for you. And I'm going to end it with that, because I don't really have any other Puppets of the Month to give you, or glittery or gold or anything like that. So, I will see you guys next week. It's your girl, ChucTayyy. See you later.